In Ethiopia, a Nobel Peace Laureate has unleashed war on his people. Ethnic conflict is claiming more lives than the Wuhan virus in this country. Close to 250 people have died after the murder of a singer. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has failed to deliver the peace he promised. Under him, Ethiopia has returned to chaos and violence. Political challengers have been jailed. The military has been set loose. Human rights abuses continue. And digest this. This Prime Minister received the Nobel Peace Prize only last year.
Mourners by the burial site were crying as the coffin was lowered into the ground. In it lay Hakalu Hundesha, one of Ethiopia's most popular singers. He inspired a generation of Oromo, Ethiopia's largest but marginalized ethnic group. His anthems became a rallying cry during protests that overthrew the previous government. On June 29th, Hundesha was assassinated in the capital, Addis Ababa. Members of the Oromo community blamed other ethnic groups for the killing. Ever since, the state of Oromo has been locked in a bloody ethnic conflict. Over 200 people are dead, mostly civilians. Reports say some of the killings were carried out by military wings with hardline political views. The consequence of the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's decision to send troops to stop the violence. Following the unrest, the government has arrested 3,500 people, including high-profile opposition leaders and members of his own ethnic group, the Oromo. The internet has been cut off. Observers say the crackdown was not just about ethnic clashes. It was political cleansing, the wiping out of the opposition. The Prime Minister even appeared in military fatigues. Remember, he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for ending a war and raising hopes of democratic change. Now, under him, Ethiopia is returning to violence and chaos. He was touted as a young, democratic leader. He preached peace in a land ridden by ethnic conflict. Elected to office in 2018, Abiy exposed an Ethiopian nationalism, not defined by ethnicity. He said he will knit together the 80 nations within Ethiopia. Political prisoners were released, the ones in exile were allowed to return. Freedom of the press was restored. But some of the groups have failed to lay down their arms. Last year, Abiy's top advisor and the army chief were assassinated, so the military action has increased. According to human rights organizations, the military is still committing abuses. Many believe Abiy's democratic patience is running out, and that he may return to the strongman tactics so familiar in Ethiopia until his election. After Abiy's initial reforms, Ethiopia was hailed as the model democracy in Africa. Not anymore. Since April 2018, borders between Ethiopia's 9 ethnic federal states have been the scene of deadly clashes. Close to 3 million people have fled their homes. This makes Ethiopia the country with the highest number of internally displaced people. Was the Nobel Committee too quick in awarding the Peace Prize to Abiy Ahmed? Bureau Report, WION. World is One.